Today's a bit of a review by request. A lot of you have been asking about these. These are the Duonamic Eleviia pull-up bars that attach onto a door frame, and thankfully a company has sent me a pair of these, and I've been using them for about a month now, and here's what I think of them. First impression is build quality and engineering is a hell of a lot better than I was initially expecting. When I went online, I checked them out, I'm like, I don't know, it looks like kind of just bendy, flimsy plastic and stuff. Couldn't have been more wrong. This is really high quality composite. I mean, there's not any like flex or anything like this, and they clamp on through a very sturdy spring mechanism that's internal. I'm glad they didn't take a shortcut, because they could have been just put a spring between these two things, but that would have, well, it wouldn't have looked very good, but also it would have compromised the ability to have the spring really secure. But it's one of these things that you could tell they've just engineered this thing right. Like, it definitely holds with enough tension, but it's not hard at all, and setup on these things is an absolute breeze. You just simply clamp them on, and the first time I used them, it was like click, click, and I was like, oh, I guess that's it. But there's other little details that I like about this. The clamps here that go onto the top of your door frame, really, really solid, and they are designed in such a way that if you don't install them perfectly right or correctly, they'll definitely be at an angle. You will not be able to really install these things in a dangerous way unless you're really not paying attention. So it's very quick and easy to install, but it's also quick and easy to install correctly. The other thing I also like is these handles here on the rope, so it gives you a little bit of rotational ability, but you can see the angle here. And this was a really smart thing that they did, because one of the biggest challenges with using like PVC or a similar type of tubular handle design is that it rotates very easily in your hand, which oftentimes means that your grip is going to give out long before your back and your biceps do. So having this little bit of an edge here means that you still have a little bit of rotation. It's still going to challenge your grip, but it's not going to give so much that your grip is going to be the weak link in all of your hanging exercises. What I particularly like about these things is they are exactly what they're designed to be. It's a simple, quick, easy setup way to have a reliable and sturdy place to hang for leg raises and pull-ups and all sorts of other hanging calisthenics-based exercises. They didn't try and reinvent the wheel with this. They didn't try and have 20 million different bells and whistles and features and functions. It's just a reliable doorway pull-up unit, and that's it, and it does it exceptionally well. Now you may be asking, well, what's the difference between this is like one of those cheap doorway pull-up bars that you can get almost anywhere. And what these things do is they solve two of the biggest problems that you often run into with those. The first of which is some aspect of portability. And these are designed to be made to be on the go. You can pack them in luggage pretty quick and easy. They do look a little bit bulky and heavy, but as soon as I put them in my carry-on luggage for a trip that I recently took, I was like, oh yeah, this is really easy to carry. And also the other problem that I often run into, and this may be a bit of a personal thing, is I can't stand pull-up units that have dedicated grips and handles. It's like the company is saying you're supposed to put your hands at this width or at this angle and in this position. It's like, screw you. Like, I don't want a company to dictate how I'm doing my pull-ups. I want the freedom and ability to put the handles or my hands in whatever width and spacing and angle that I want. And that's what these do, is they give you the freedom to use them in the way that's best for you, as opposed to a static product that kind of forces you into a very narrow range of abilities and applications. Just about the only thing about this that I kind of ran into as far as not so much an issue, but the design of this is such that the handle is going to be a few inches lower than a typical doorway style pull-up bar. So, but then again, it really does depend on the door frame. I mean, when I was using these over at a buddy's house, we were kind of messing around with it. His door frames were high enough that we were getting full hangs, and we were able to do like straight leg raises without having to bend the knees and stuff. So it really does depend on your situation. Duonamic was also kind enough to send me along one of the carry cases with this. And this is kind of a neat little feature. Like, you usually don't think of having a pull-up bar with some sort of a carrying case, and it's designed specifically for the bar, so you can see the divider is angled, so it's really easy and comfortable to put the bars in there. And they've got this little mesh pouch right here on the top, which may put a little suspension device or something in there. It's kind of a neat way, padded zipper closure and stuff. But initially I was like, okay, that's a neat little thing. But I've actually been using this thing a heck of a lot, because what I've been doing is taking these things to clients' houses for their workouts. And what this has allowed me to do is break out of the idea of using like a suspension setup in a door frame, which works pretty well. But when it comes to wanting to be able to hang our full body weight in a vertical position, we didn't have many options or abilities to do that, and that's what this gave us. So having a nice little carry handle style case actually makes it just that much easier. So let's see how this thing scores out. First off, versatility. It should be again mentioned that this thing isn't designed to do 1,000,001 different things. It's designed to do one thing, which is give you a very solid, reliable place to hang in your doorways. So in a way, the product isn't supposed to be very versatile, but of course you can do 1,000,001 different things from something you can hang from. So with all of that said, the product itself gets a score of 6. Portability, probably one of the most portable pull-up style apparatuses you're going to find. It tucks well into your suitcase. The case makes it a little extra portable as well. I give it an 8. Adjustment, there's not really a whole lot to adjust on this thing, which is one of the things that I like about it. It's just kind of a set it and forget it sort of deal. But the ability to adjust things like the width and your hand position and stuff really scores high in my book for a pull-up apparatus, and therefore I give it a 9. When it comes to setup, scores a perfect 10. It doesn't get any simpler, easier, or more effective and reliable than this. Construction also scores a perfect 10. After using this for over a month, I'm trying to find faults in it. I'm trying to find things that I don't like about how it was built or any little design features, and I just can't find any. This very well may be the most perfect doorway pull-up solution. Ergonomics, I like that it is very ergonomic. You can put the hands at various widths. You can have different twisting grips, although the design of the ropes for those does give you a little bit of friction. It's going to be a little bit tricky to rotate freely or have a neutral grip to it. So the ergonomics on that front are a little bit down, but other than that, I give it a 9. And when it comes to value, at a retail price of $100, little higher than a lot of the other fancier pull-up stations that you have, but considerably cheaper than like a standing pull-up unit, which is going to take a lot more space, and it's not quite as easy as something you can take around for you, nor offer nearly as much adjustment, well constructed, and versatility of other standard pull-up units. So you do really get a lot more for your money with this. Plus, if you are interested in checking this out, check out the link down below and enter in promo code GRINDSTYLE at checkout for 10% off. So I give this a value of 8. So there you go. Duonamics pull-up bars. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best, well-constructed, most versatile doorway-style pull-up bar on the market today. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions down below. Be fit, live free.